events like this. And we also have grad leadership talks. It's usually from some senior manager from Microsoft to give us inspiration on our career planning. In some grad events, we have some events in outside work time and to talk to other grads working like in one of those always to share our experience with others. Close group working experience is not only happen in graduate program, it always happens here in Microsoft. So we can work for some diversity groups and communities to learn some new technology, so new working methods that just outside of your group. And here's the career circles that includes some main areas you can work on in game industries. We have covered tests, audio, and engineering today, but there are some others. It's also very important, like management, marketing, and arts. It's also very important for us. So I will leave these slides like this, and you can ask any questions on this.
Just one thing to say, you probably noticed that of three speakers, none of us said anything about playing games. And, you know,
Look at the game after
it's,
testing on it.
so yeah, well, this is it. There is a perception that anyone in the games industry has to play games, so play games. You do from time to time, but it's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
Would you promise to after working with all day?
Yes, in some ways, yes. Know what the competition's doing. That's one.
Also, not Microsoft games.
So the wheel here is really about making people aware of, you know, there are other roles out there. They don't necessarily involve playing the game, but we are very reliant on them in our industry. Legal, marketing.
As you know, the publisher, and like you know, in many cases, like you have stakes in developers. If people went into Microsoft, you know, on a year career plan, would they ever get placed with the developers? Like you know,
Absolutely, absolutely.
How do you like it?
Yeah, it is very, very exciting experience to work in here. We're still learning new things and getting new projects at the moment. And this summer can be very busy for us. So it's big challenges and we're excited about this. Thank you.
Any questions?
I have a general question for you. I think you know, Connect kind of marks a push towards a different sort of game, and has that affected your work processes much?
It's effective testing, quite dramatically. Alan said he talked a little bit about it, but fatigue of testers is an issue. You know, they have to jump around and they have to swap around. So yeah, it has. It's quite dramatically changed things. There's other areas of it as well, which are in the pipeline. And,
In your area, like, you know, with audio stuff, the speech recognition aspect, I know that people are very impressed just with it tell their experts what to do. Do you do that? Do you do that?
yeah.
We would work on what we call grammar cloud. So the Connect device would understand grammar, so Xbox play, such, we would translate them into different languages, and then the engines would understand versus
Do you also do internships, let's say, for students?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And would that be different, like, would that be for how long, like, what's the process for applications and so on?
I actually was an intern. I was an intern and then a vendor in INFT, so I went through it. Yeah, no, they do internships across Microsoft globally. Ireland has a renowned internship program. They take, not necessarily in the MGS, that you could be in office, you could be a business intern, but in my year they took 40, 50, and they apply every year.
So like, could somebody, for example, somebody who was here in the master's program, who's doing his dissertation on games specifically, like, could he apply and try to,
Yes.
get into your department?
Yeah, it's not like you apply and you're just randomly selected for whatever. No, we had 2 interns last year in the games, and they would have came in and they would have done a bit of localization work. They would have maybe worked on a game themselves and would have got all our expertise together. So yeah, we get involved in our team.
And how long do they say, like, is it a set time or is it
No,
flexible?
it depends on the university. For UK universities, it tends to be a year out, so I got a year out. Trinity only give them 6 months. I think we've 2 interns at the minute, we've only got 6 months. So I guess it really depends on the course and what's the sandwich part that they get. But yeah, normally anywhere between 3, 6, 12 months. And then there's the graduate program, which would be step 1 program.
And do they tend to be computer science engineers or?
No.
Linguists?
You could be a PM, you could be a tester, you could be engineer, you could be a salesperson, anything, because the good thing about our Dublin campus is we have all the different disciplines, so you would have engineering, technical people, the people that sell the stuff, and you would have like subsidiary as well, and the ops people who manage all the finances of the Irish subsidiaries and stuff. So everything is really in our campus.
And do you publish those positions?
Yeah, Microsoft.com/careers/ENIE or something, I'm not too sure. Yeah, the Irish version is Microsoft.com career site. There's a section for interns and graduates. And you can apply, they run every year. I think you start putting CVs in around November-ish. I would keep an eye on it.
Just curious how easy it is to move around in different roles, like if you start as a tester and you decide, oh, I really want to be a developer, is that within Microsoft, is that easy to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, very easy. And also migrating offices. If you wanted to go to Redmond and work in, if you're good enough and there's a space open, it's very easy to move around the company. Like in my job, I sometimes get the chance to do some PM work, some testing, if I can help out from the testers if they need it. So you do get exposure to a lot of the different parts of the business.
Any other questions? So in that case, wind up and say thank you very much again.